Today we are heading deep, deep into the jungle to get to the bottom of a botanical marvel. Seriously, this thing is part chemical genius, part master illusionist, and it's something you will never, ever forget. Let's start the investigation.
Just imagine you're trekking through the humid undergrowth of Sumatra. All of a sudden, this strange, totally overpowering odor hits you, and it's unmistakable, that gut-wrenching smell of rotting flesh. Now, most creatures would turn and run, right? But botanists, they actually follow this scent. They follow it because it leads to one of the rarest, most spectacular events in the entire natural world, the bloom of the Titan Arum. But hold on, right out of the gate, here's the first major twist in our investigation. Turns out that famous corpse flower name, well, it's led to a huge case of mistaken identity. Okay, so let's clear this up, because a lot of people get this wrong. On the right, you see the corpse lily, Rafflesia arnoldi. And yes, it holds the record for the world's largest single flower. But the giant we're hunting today, that's the one on the left, the Titan Arum. And get this, it isn't a single flower at all. It's something way more complex, and it holds a totally different record. The tallest unbranched inflorescence on the entire planet. Okay, and this is where the biology just gets so cool. What you're looking at isn't some massive petal. That outer deep burgundy skirt thing, that's actually a modified leaf called a spathe. And that towering spike in the middle is the spadix. Now here's the secret. Hidden at the very bottom of that spadix are thousands of tiny male and female flowers. The plant literally spends years, sometimes more than a decade, storing up energy in this underground tuber, all for this one moment. A brief, absolutely glorious bloom that lasts for only 24 to 48 hours. And that brings us right to the central mystery, doesn't it? To pull off this massive, incredibly short-lived show, the plant unleashes its most powerful weapon, that unforgettable stench. So come on, let's run a little forensic analysis on that smell. You know, if we could somehow capture the air all around the bloom and run it through a machine to analyze it, the chemical report would be, well, intense. It's not just a random smell. It is a carefully, perfectly crafted cocktail of decomposition. Now, what's really fascinating here is the sheer precision. Scientific analysis shows the main culprits are dimethyl disulfide and trisulfide. Those are the dominant smells in decaying animals. But what's really wild is that recent studies also found putrescine, a compound literally named because it's found in putrid rotting flesh. This plant is chemically mimicking death with just unbelievable accuracy. But you know, just creating those heavy chemical compounds is only half the battle. To actually push that stench far and wide through a dense jungle, the Titan Arum has evolved a superpower, something incredibly rare in the plant kingdom. It's a process called thermogenesis. Now, for warm-blooded animals like you and me, this is totally normal. But for a plant to generate its own significant heat, that is a true botanical oddity. And the Titan Arum, well, it's one of the most extreme examples out there. And this thermal image just illustrates it perfectly. Look at that. On the night of its peak bloom, that central spadix can heat up to about 11 degrees Celsius above the air around it. That's getting close to human body temperature. All that heat helps to vaporize those heavy scent molecules, basically turning the spadix into a thermal chimney that just pumps the odor out into the forest for miles. So how in the world does it do it? Well, the plant taps into this massive reserve of starch it's been storing. That starch gets converted into glucose, and then it's metabolized. But here is the genius part. Instead of using that energy to make ATP, which is like the universal energy currency for cells, it shunts the energy through a special protein called an alternative oxidizer, or AOX. This little bypass effectively short-circuits the whole normal process, and poof, it releases that vast amount of energy directly as heat. It's incredible. Okay, so let's put it all together. We have the exact smell of death, and we have the warmth of a recently deceased body. All of this incredible biochemical effort, this massive, massive expenditure of energy, it all serves a single, brilliant purpose: deception. See, the plant's target audience isn't your usual pollinators, like bees or butterflies. No way. In the dark forest understory, it needs to attract specialists. And that combination of smell and heat, it creates this absolutely irresistible illusion of a fresh carcass, luring in its perfect partners, carrion beetles and flesh flies, nature's undertakers. And anyone who's actually been there to experience the bloom confirms just how effective this mimicry is. I mean, listen to those descriptions. They aren't just for dramatic effect, they're a testament to how perfectly the plant has reverse engineered the scent of its pollinator's absolute favorite thing, their food source and their breeding ground. So the whole show, that putrid smell, the body heat, and even the deep, flushy red color you see on the inside of the spathe, it's all a carefully constructed lie. The Titan Arum literally fakes death to create new life. But for all its colossal size and its overwhelming presence, the Titan Arum story has a final, very fragile act. This absolute master of survival is facing a very, very real threat. And let's just get straight to the hard data. According to the IUCN Red List, it's estimated that fewer than 1,000 mature individuals are left in their native habitat. That's it. The species is now officially classified as endangered. And the reason why is, tragically, a story we've heard before. Its very limited habitat in the rainforests of Sumatra is disappearing. The primary driver is deforestation and land clearance, and a huge part of that is for the establishment of oil palm plantations. I think this quote from Susan Pell just frames it perfectly. The Titan Arum has become a kind of charismatic megaflora, the panda of the plant world. Its bizarre, spectacular nature makes it an ambassador for all the other plant biodiversity that we're losing right along with it. Think about it. This plant is a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering. It fakes death to create life. Its fragility is a stark reminder that even nature's most formidable, most incredible giants need our protection. And it really just leaves us with a critical question. What other wonders are we losing before we even get a chance to understand them?